From Portland, Oregon. As the Trailblazers take it to the hardwood, bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Beard. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sideline. And, of course, Trae Young. A part of this lineup. We'll see how they do without him.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were just a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than short.
After Reza Shea gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Timeout, timeout.
Reza Shea's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for the Hawks. And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
It's dance time in Portland. Here are your Blazer dancers.
We've got some great guards going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
And Halliburton's got the ball here for Atlanta. It's a 3-point game. Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
And Halliburton, a guy you just continue to see grow game by game, an exceptional talent and a great mind.
Now, here's Sharp. Provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Nembhard with it. He lobs it up. Just 5 to shoot. And stolen by Okongwu. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Yep, that one goes in there. Reza Shea's got 5 points so far.
Nice find by Halliburton. Just a great feel for the game.
Here's Sharp. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
It goes on Tyrese Halliburton.
Team foul.
We know, Brent, there are many roads that lead to the modern NBA. And Shaedon Sharp took his own unique path.
Yeah, Kevin, you could say that again. I mean, he was on the Kentucky campus as a player, but never participated in a collegiate game. And then all of a sudden finding himself at the top end of the NBA draft without ever playing a college game. Now, Sharp was a mystery man back in that 2022 draft, not playing a minute of college basketball, but drafted in the top 10 because of this upside.
Good on the shot.
Working his way for a high percentage look. That's just smart basketball.
And that's a painted possession right there, a masterpiece, especially when the defense is not a factor.
On the wing, Daniels takes the 3. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist.
A good-looking jump shot right there by Daniels.
Poked away. Here's Halliburton. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. Will not go. This is off the front eye. And Portland with the ball. They trail by 6. Here's Nembhard. And a miss there on the triple. The Hawks with a quick start to this one. Isaac with the steal. Thibault with the ball. Halliburton picks him up. It's picked off. And stolen by Thibault. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. Now, here is Halliburton. Pass to Rizachet. Outside for Halliburton. 6 on the shot clock. There's the pick. Lots of room. He finds that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And Halliburton barely beat the clock.
Here's Sharp. A special move before the shot.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Now Halliburton lets it go with the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Halliburton's got 6.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And the foul on Dyson Daniel. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
56 seconds left in the first quarter. Nembhard with it. Still without a basket. Here's Topic. Pass to Rizachet. Bamba with the block.
And the giant wingspan of Bamba strikes again. Just fantastic at spiking shots in a variety of ways.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Atlanta making a switch here.
By your Trailblazers scoop team.
Seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Pass to Rivers. Here's Henderson. Rebounded by Capella.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
For Atlanta, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. That free throw, good from Topic. Pass to man. Got it up. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Atlanta with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to
19.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming. So they're creating some turnovers that they're capitalizing on.
Knocked loose. Here's Topic. Plenty of space. Offensive rebound. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Krejci. Fires for 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability, and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything. Exploding off the floor. Emerson finished it off midair.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Denny Avdia. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Now in the lineup for the Hawks.
Hawks passing it around. The shot by Okongwu, no good.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Kept alive. Azubuike up top. Henderson looking it over. 4 on the shot clock. And it's blocked. And he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Coming out on the floor for the Hawks. Rizache Daniels.
The Hawks leading by 17. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And a wide open look for Halliburton. The Hawks again can't hit. Pass to Avdia. Henderson outside. They get a hand on it. Halliburton with the steal. Now Johnson. Back to Halliburton. And too much time in the lane. They were called for the 3-second violation.
Blazers ball.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He wants to talk to his guys. Briggs is making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. The Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. In the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time, but the West is tough, David. Thank you. And here are the Trailblazers now, following the 3 by Atlanta. Pass to Nembhard. 5 on the clock.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Okongwu knocks it away.
Their offense has all but disappeared this quarter, shooting in the low 30s for the game. They had some success in that first quarter, but not much since then.
Hawks ball.
And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
There's 1:54 left in the first half of the game.
I tell you what, he has gone stone cold here to start this quarter.
Pass to Nembhard. And here's Sharp. 6 to shoot. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, Brent, the Blazers had a real chance to win some titles.
Oh, man, they ran into some great teams, too, Kevin. The Bad Boy Pistons, and then the Bulls, obviously, with Michael Jordan. Winning a title in those days took something special, and the Blazers were right there.
Now, here is Halliburton. He's got 6. After Rizachet. Back to Halliburton. Now Johnson. Isaac with the steal. And now Portland on the break. And the dunk by Bamba.
You really couldn't ask for a better finisher for that play. Able to go above and beyond there. It makes him a humongous target.
Now, here is Halliburton. Now, Rizachet. To the inside. Outside for Halliburton. Atlanta again, missing.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Atlanta foul.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
Andrew Nembhard taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Nembhard.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Halliburton on the wing. Atlanta again, missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Here's Nembhard. Rebound by the Hawks. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road streak. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Right back after this break. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Atlanta with the ball. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Halliburton outside. Johnson the screen. Lobbed up there for Johnson. Oh, trying for it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Portland ball.
Trailblazers trailed by 14. Now, here's Sharp. Pass to Avdia. Five to shoot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the... free throw line.
4th personal foul.
Brent with Avdia, there's a versatility to his game that not many players can claim.
Yeah, Kevin, it's a great point. He does things on both ends. Sometimes defensively it goes unnoticed, but this guy can play a lot of different positions and is very skilled. He contributes in a lot of ways to his team. Denny Avdia has a ton of versatility, and the coaches encourage him to explore. And this guy can make an impact both on and off the ball.
And then Sharp with the dunk.
And Sharp, just a wing player, showing that verticality he has, getting high above the rim that time.
Johnson the screen. Down low. Pass to Topic. Halliburton on the wing. Looking to end his cold spell. And it's good on the layup. Halliburton's got 8 points.
Defense doing their best to put Halliburton off balance, but he stays flexible, kind of warps around the defense and adjusts to the contact.
Now, here's Avdia. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Tries to save it, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Sharp. Halliburton for 3. Rebounded by Isaac.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
Bamba's shot is off. Atlanta leading by 12. Here's Topic. Here's Johnson, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Stolen by Avdia. And now Portland on the break. Atlanta with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21. That was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
It didn't take long for the Blazers to find Damian Lillard's heir apparent, did it, Greg?
Yeah, they drafted Scoot Henderson with the 3rd overall pick in 2023. Took him a little time to get his sea legs, but his talent is undeniable.
The Hawks leading by 11. Well, we're into the 3rd quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Halliburton on the wing. Clock at 6. Okongwu a screen. Johnson outside. Jacks up a 3. He doesn't hit that one. They got a chance to cut the deficit to within 10. To the paint. With the bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
A different look now for Portland. Here's Topic. .152 left to play in the 3rd. Out to the right wing. Hawks passing it around. Just 3 to shoot. Pulls it up. Pass to Okongwu. Here's Ricochet. And that one comes up a bit short. Trailblazers trailed by 11. And there's the call on Ricochet. That's foul number 2 for him.
3rd team foul. Substitution on the court.
Henderson outside.
Hawks foul.
Portland, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
4th team foul.
No good on the free throw.
Always those anticipatory moments with Scoot Henderson when he's out there playing one-on-one to make plays off the bounce. That's when it gets really exciting.
Now here's Jones. 58 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Pass to Krejci. The 3-pointer off the mark. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Avdia. The Hawks leading by 11. Jones with it. And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jones looking for an opening. Pass to Krejci. Just 4 to shoot. Can they get it? Oh, that's blocked. And they're able to recover. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Trailblazers trailed by 11. Outside, Avdia. Shoots over Niang. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
You got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
It'll count. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we've reached the end of the third. Hawks ahead. They lead
22. The Hawks 31.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. The layup off target.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Halliburton with the steal. One-on-one here. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Scoot Henderson.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And he makes both free throws.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Avdia. Rebound by Johnson.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Drills the three-pointer.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He has decided it's the right time to talk for the Trailblazers. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Chauncey Billups coaching up his team during that break. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient, run the offense, make the extra pass. We don't have to make up the deficit all at once. See if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And here's the fast break. And Isaac throws it down.
How about the timing there by Isaac on some of these alley-oops? Very impressive. Great at knowing when to leave the floor and how to finish that lob.
Pass to Johnson. Isaac with the steal. For the finish. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Spinorama. Well, you know what kind of athlete you have to be to pull off that 360.
Oh, remarkable, Greg. Truly remarkable. Here's Topic. Okongwu with it. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Clock at 4. Here's Topic. Nembhard grabs the board.
There's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for Atlanta.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
Well, something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff, and you got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
Over to the left wing. Stolen by Bamba. And you got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He knows every possession is critical now.
Can I join you next time? No? Okay, we'll talk later.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Pass to Nembhard. And he's good on the three ball.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
Here's Rizachet, defended by Sharp. And it's Rizachet missing. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. 9 points in a row. Good run for them right now. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Back to Nembhard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Halliburton with it. Bamba picks him up. Well placed. alley-oop pass into the layup.
Oh, what a beautiful pass. And then to catch and finish all in one motion. Stupendous.
An alley-oop like that, Greg, is so rare you just got to take a second and enjoy it. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Inside to the left side wing. Topic. The offensive rebound. Trailblazers trailed by 7. With the drive. And it's Sharp missing.
Oops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Here's Topic. Here's Johnson. Takes it off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 9. What a difference in this crowd right now.
That's how you silence a building.
From deep three-point land. Here's Sharp. And it's sent back by Okongwu. Now Nembhard tries again. Comes up empty down low. Knocked away. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Jump ball.
One second separating the shot clock and game clock. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Sharp. So it's Atlanta with the W. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what we want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll do it, folks.